French toast avec du sucre. Le matin, le soir, j'en veux tout le temps. Que quelqu'un me prépare des French toast, du pain perdu quoi. J'en peux plus, que quelqu'un m'en fasse, j'en ai trop envie.
I got that thing. I got that thing. I got that thing. I got that thing. Yeah, I got that thing. I'm at the Vatican drinking with the Pope. I'm out in Paris getting French toast. Tokyo sake sipping in the robe. Yo, Japan, don't my we got toe. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got that. I got that thing. I got that thing. Yeah, I got that thing. I'm not bragging, yeah, I'm not the type to boast. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't dope. Imitators, yeah, they all doing the most. I'm the original, nothing coming close. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got that. I got that thing.
Avec du sucre, j'en ai trop envie, trop envie.
I got that thing. I got that thing. Yeah, I got that thing. I got that thing. Yeah, I got that thing.
Je veux des French toast avec du sucre. Le matin, le soir, j'en veux tout le temps. Que quelqu'un me prépare des French toast, du pain perdu quoi. J'en peux plus, que quelqu'un m'en fasse, j'en ai trop envie.
Yo, yo. We got audio. Levels looking good. It's been a minute since I started streaming. Okay, I think we're good. What are the updates here? I finished an Indian wedding. Did a couple other like small projects in between. So now I'm back on a wedding. Started it yesterday. Got toasts and stuff clipped out that I think I want to use. I'm at the point now where I need to pull some stuff from the ceremony, and they did like a first touch. So I'm going to pull in things from there and then find music and then hopefully move on from there. So, okie doke.
Welcome you and thank you for being here today. It means so much to them. You've traveled, gathered, and taken the time to witness and celebrate this moment. We are here not only as witnesses, but also as participants in the sacred covenant of marriage. Today we celebrate the love story of Dustin and Brielle, a story that reflects God's goodness, faithfulness, and grace. The first book of John 4:16 reads, God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. Marriage is one of God's greatest gifts, a covenant designed to reflect Christ's love for his church. Today, Dustin and Brielle come together in this covenant, seeking his blessing over their marriage. So we want to thank you, God, for the blessings that led us all here together in your name, in celebration of this beautiful couple. Lord, may your presence be felt among us throughout this ceremony and in the joy that follows. And over the years, Dustin and Brielle's story has been one of God's faithfulness. From the way they found each other again, to the way their relationship grew, to the way their love deepened, every step has been a testimony to the Lord's hand upon them. In fact, their full story has been written in your program on the last page. You'll find it in detail, and I encourage you all to read it later as a reminder that God weaves our lives in ways we could never imagine. Marriage is more than a contract, it is a covenant, a holy union between husband, wife, and God. Scripture reminds us in Ecclesiastes 4:12 that a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. With Christ at the center, Dustin and Brielle's marriage will be anchored in a love that is steadfast and eternal. And if I may, I'd like to share a personal reflection with the both of you. Never underestimate the power of two becoming one. One person alone can move quickly, but together you can go much further. From this day on, you are not walking alone. You're walking as one, and that unity will be your strength for the journey ahead. Dustin and Brielle have written personal vows to share with one another.
Okay. There's like two parts there that might be useful for the highlight film. Let me just trim those out now. This section here. Okay. So I just throw these into the highlight timeline. And then I believe they did their own vows.
Brielle, you look absolutely incredible. You are the most beautiful woman I've ever laid my eyes on, ever. Ever since we got engaged 2 years ago and picked this venue, I've been trying.
What is this microphone? Is that the...
Trying to picture in my head you walking down that aisle every day. You're stunning. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. It cannot be put into words how I feel about you, but Brielle, you look absolutely incredible. You are the most beautiful woman I've ever laid my eyes on, ever. Ever since we got engaged 2 years ago and picked this venue, I've been trying to picture in my head you walking down that aisle every day.
All right, so here's his entire vows. I'm just going to clip the entire part. I'll trim it down for the highlight because it's like 4 minutes long.
As I always tell you, you're the absolute baddest woman in this world, and I love you so much.
All right, that is that part. So just going to pull that out of my ceremony timeline, throw it over into the highlight. I'll trim it down when we get to that point. Let me change the color on some of these.
With me the moment we saw each other again after 4 years, that one day we would be standing here.
All right, I need to
And I
find
can't
the
believe that day has finally
best audio track from her.
come. When I was a little girl,
That definitely not that one.
I used to dream about who would be standing in front of me in this moment. And despite the
Yeah, that'll be it, I think. Which one? Yeah.
perfect love story that I've with I promise my soul will find you in heaven because one lifetime with you would never be enough. I love you today and forever.
It's really quiet because it's obviously the levels aren't set yet. I'll do that shortly. And I remember their vows being pretty good. So we'll have a lot of good audio to work with there. I think let me just listen to the end here.
These rings are a symbol of your covenant. They are unending, like your love, and precious, like
Do the ring. I don't usually put like the really not generic, but like the stuff that's in every wedding.
your wife. They have asked that we take a sacred moment of prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before you with grateful and friends who will support, encourage, and remind them of the vows they've made today. Protect them by the power vested in me, and in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Okay. Because I have the camera, all three cameras already synced, might as well. Pull that in. Okay. Yeah, it's already synced in the ceremony timeline, so I'm just gonna pull that part into the highlight sequence and color code it the same as I did for the other things that the officiant says that I might use. Okay, so this leaves us with a first look with the bride and her brother. Let me see what the audio on this sounds like. Might want to use that, like the woo.
Oh, with my tissue.
But
All right, I'm just gonna pull in most of this, and then we'll trim it down based on how long the song is that I'm gonna use. I haven't picked the song yet. So we'll put that here. And then the first touch, they do bride and groom, and then they do a prayer.
Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing Brielle and me.
Probably just pull this whole section in.
Love you more.
All right. So yeah, this is definitely going to be edited down to fit. So we have, I try to fit everybody who said something like in like every like important moment into the highlight. So there's 1, 2, 3 toasts. The bride has a special dedication to her mom. Officiant has a couple of things that I want to include. First look with brother, first touch and prayer, and then the vows. So there's quite a bit that we have to squeeze into like an 8-minute video. So this adjustment layer is about how long the video should be, give or take. Can obviously change it. The goal is 8 minutes. So we got to trim a lot of this down to fit, and then we got to find music. So the next step would be to find some music usually what I do. And I do that by like the tone of like the voiceover that we're going to use kind of determines like how dramatic or hype the music should be. And a lot of this was like really, really heartfelt stuff. So I think I'm going to lean more towards like dramatic music for their wedding here. I had already saved some in my like travels, so we are going to listen to what I have and then adjust from there. And then also they have a teaser that I did that we can probably reuse a song for.
You know you wanna feel it. You know you wanna see it. Electricity gonna flow. We're pushing up the ceiling. Tell me what you're dreaming. Don't need no rules anymore. Flying higher than the sky is opening. You know you wanna feel it. You know you wanna see it. Electricity gonna flow. Let your body move. You go on and make your debut. Now we starting something. Gonna know your name. Nothing that we can do. No more that we can break through. Once it started pumping, pushing through your veins. Adrenaline.
That might be like a good ending song, to be honest. So I'm actually gonna put that back into the mix. So I'm gonna re-add it to the project. And then get the instrumental version in there. Oh, there's some interesting similar songs. Let's see what those sound like.
Staring at me, I can feel cards on the table to pretend, and it may sound nice to hold on tight. Let's skip the small talk. Let me be the one you're calling. Tell
I don't know.
I'm set, prepped, ready. Won't forget the day. I go, breaking all the molds. A point and go, main character. Your lungs bleed, dangerously charming. And we jumped into a ring of fire. We jumped into a ring of fire. We jumped into a ring of fire. We jumped into the neon light on your face. I open my mouth, breathing in smoke. I guess I made your lungs bleed. Your day for safety, but I hope you find what you miss. It's alright now, I'm fine, but it's alright now, I'm fine, but what you miss. I hope you find what you
I think I'm just gonna go back to my projects or my songs that I've like randomly picked throughout my travels that I think would work and go from there. I definitely I'm looking for more dramatic, like kind of subtle. Adrenaline, the song that I already have kind of picked for the end, should probably be the most like hype of all the songs.
I found you. Two worlds collided. I see forever in you. can't believe I will love you.
This song would probably work. It's just like a little too like on the nose, and I try to avoid songs that are like too like wedding, you know.
Perfect for sealed flowers. You painted me once. Now waiting for the colors. All I see, it was all before this night is all I see. You know I lost my love. This night is all I see. You know I lost my
Just gonna check the lyrics on this one. I think the verses will be cut out, but this I don't know. Yeah, this is like a maybe.
Where it's at. This is where it's
Nah, it's too like hype.
Singing while the ones I made from the ground. It's on my mind to set it free. Hearts beating, bodies getting closer. Straight down emotion, taking over.
I like that song, but I don't think it would work. Also like that song, but not for this.
back. Like that. But you don't swole like that. Like that. Throw your hands up if you like that. I am the
Not for this video.
You say you want to hear about. I'm holding my tongue, can't stop what's been done. The words have been spun, so please don't ask me any questions. The silence can grow. These lips are staying closed. If you don't want to know, then please don't ask me any questions, and I'll tell no lies. You sure you want to play?
I don't think so. I think I like the music, but the chorus, which I would probably leave in to break up some of the voiceover, like toast and stuff, the lyrics don't really make sense.
Hide all your precious things. The bond that we're making, the rules that we're breaking, to pay the highest price of all. Secret skill, secret skill. Just one more sacrifice. You guys need easy. We're breaking to pay the high.
Another one where the song, like the vibe is cool, but the lyrics are not right.
Oceans high, watch them. I am the one.
think I just used that for something. I can't remember what. It sounds familiar though. Oh no, this has already been claimed. Remove from project. Definitely got to remove that one. Try not to use the same songs in the wedding videos. I'm on like a 10-year streak from avoiding that. So it would just, I would do the instrumental. The only lyrics that would pop up are the fighting fire with fire. I don't think that makes a ton of sense.
Fire on my tongue, breathe heavy, gas in my lungs, in my eyes. And when danger comes my way, I just look right back and say, come get it.
This one might work for like the first song. Come get it. Yeah. There's not much to this lyrically, so I think it works. Let me get the instrumental version into the project. So I need like one probably longer middle song where I can have a lot of voiceover happening, like vowels and all that, and ceremony stuff. So the song has to breathe pretty decently to fit it all in there. So let's start by browsing or searching for a song. So I like cinematic is probably the correct genre for this. I do still like lyrics in my songs that I use. Usually just the chorus though. Okay, and then like vibe wise, I think dramatic is okay. I don't think aggressive is the right, so we'll take that out. I like instruments. So if I search for like cello or strings, is that an option? Strings. Maybe get rid of cello. Just keep it at strings. Okay. Where are we at? Already used that song. What if I did recently added? We'll try to get something that no one's used before yet, right? Because it's recently added. It's probably a little too slow.
You just can't, 'cause baby you always bring me up. You need to know I feel for you. Had some time to find by you.
That's like a maybe. It's pretty generic though, but it would probably be a safe choice. So I'm adding it to their project. This artist Moonwater, I've used a lot of her stuff. It's the lyrics are super on the nose, but her like the tone of the song is really great, I think. But the gonna be a good day is like, I don't know, I just like that whole sentence is just cheesy as hell. This is less cheesy than It's Gonna Be a Good Day. Hardest part about editing is finding music that like really vibes right. They gotta be burning stuff down. Another song that had potential ruined by lyrics. How about no. What if we okay. Let's get rid of like instrumentation and vibe. Let's just do cinematic, pop, and alternative. Lyrical, sort by, recently added. Okay.
You just can't escape my, 'cause baby you always up inside you all. You up your mind, don't time to find yourself. That I will always be by you. By you. It's like you wake me up behind, yeah, the world always on through. I just want you by my side. Oh, you know you
I don't know, maybe this one.
have my time forever,
I stuck
baby.
around on this one longer than the others. It's lyrically, it's a little cheese.
You say you want to hear the truth, but I don't think.
But I think I'm at the point where we could just download those 3 songs and like give it a try. And if it doesn't work, we can always swap them out. Okay, so make up your mind. I think the adrenaline and then come get it, right? Yeah, okay. So we will just download each one. I already have the adrenaline with lyrics. So I need, what was that, 2? I gotta get this one. And then the make up your mind. Okay, and then pull them up over here on my second monitor. Should have 5 songs. I do. Copy these. Oh, I'm gonna delete this shit here. Pre-al, there we go. Oh, that song that I said I used, the I Am the One, that I used it in their sneak peek. I was like, no wonder it sounded familiar. So these 2. Okay, and then okay, so I think Come Get It is the first song that we're gonna use. And the oohs and the ahs. And then Make Up Your Mind. And then probably Adrenaline again, which was what I used for their teaser, but I think it would work again for their like reception, like Act 3. All right, so then I change the color so I know that's the version with the lyrics. Okay, now we go through and cut out the verses to start, and then we can always re-add things back in as we need it.
Come get it.
Okay, right here's a good spot. So we'll do the non-singing version to start.
You can't come get it. Come get it. Come get it. You can't hurt me, I'm invincible.
Let's cut out that last part.
You can't. Come get it. Get it.
All right. I might trim that song down more, but that's a good place to start.
To escape, but she finally see, that I will always be by you. By you, 'cause I will always by you, 'cause I will on through. Oh, I just want you by my side. Get on through. Oh,
I wonder if
I just want you by my side. Yeah. Oh, you know you can have my time. Forever, babe. It's like you wake me up. Babe. By you, I will always be by you. And we're on through. Oh, I just want you by my side. Forever, babe.
You know you wanna let your body let your body move. You go on and make your debut. Now we starting something. Gonna know your name. Nothing that we can do, no more that we can. You already got this. You already got this.
just doing like really rough cuts of the, like cutting the verse and stuff out. It's a little long right now, but we can, like I said, I don't want to trim anything down until I know I can get everyone's voiceover and stuff in. You gotta pay attention to the time. I have a meeting tonight that I cannot be late for. All right, let us figure out maybe putting some of these clips in here. Switch to my audio workstation. Okay.
So before Dustin met Brielle, he was single for quite some time. He said he was waiting and praying for the right woman to come into his life. And I was starting to get a little bit worried. I mean, I thought he maybe was playing for the other team at that point, you know? I mean, once you started getting manicures and pedicures, I was really starting to question you. When Dustin told me he met the woman he was finally going to marry, I said, finally, thank God. Brielle, you truly do bring out the best side in Dustin.
Honestly, that's not a bad start. I think I'm gonna cut some of some of that out, but that might be an okay start. Kind of like lighthearted. All right. I do my little pre-mixing with the Adobe's like built-in default stuff, and it works pretty well. So doing that now just so I can hear what he's saying.
So before Dustin met Brielle, he was single for quite some time. He said he was waiting and praying for the right woman to come into his life. I was starting to get...
All right, we're definitely going to cut some of the dead space out of this.
He said he was...
Make everyone sound like a professional public speaker, you know?
Single for quite some time. He said he was waiting and praying for the right woman to come into his life. I was starting to get a little bit worried. I mean, I thought he maybe was playing for the other team at that point, you know? I mean, once you started getting manicures...
I think I'm going to cut that part.
...come into his life. ...to come into his life. When Dustin told me he met the woman he was finally going to marry, I said... Finally. Thank God. Brielle, you truly do bring out the best side in Dustin.
Just shortening some of this a bit. We'll leave the finally in there. Maybe shift this just a hair.
To come into his life. When Dustin told me he met the woman he was finally going to marry, I said... Finally. Brielle, you truly do bring out the best side in Dustin. Ever since you came into his life, I've seen you two grow closer and closer together.
Some of this can even be shorter, so I probably will.
I know you're exactly what Dustin prayed for. He prayed for a woman that would love him unconditionally, someone who would be by his...
Hi, Mara. How is your Thursday? I had to look to figure out what day it was. Not gonna lie. Lost track of the days.
best side in Dustin. Ever since you came into his life, I've seen you two grow closer and closer together through God. I know you're exactly what Dustin prayed for. He prayed for a woman that would love him unconditionally, someone who would be by his side through thick and thin. You guys are a perfect match for each other. I do love the fact that you wear the pants in the relationship. Nothing that Brielle doesn't ask Dustin to do, that he doesn't do it in the drop of a hat immediately.
I might cut that part completely out. You increased your nice. Okay. Does that allow? Oh, sorry. Does that allow you to stay more focused? Because that's what I'm struggling on right now. Because I have massive burnout.
The woman he was finally going to marry, I said. So before Dustin met Brielle, he was single for quite some time. He said he was waiting and praying for the right woman to come into his life. When Dustin told me he met the woman he was finally going to marry, I said, ever since you came into his life, I've seen you.
I think I could cut this stuff out here. Yeah, let me try this.
The right woman to come into his life. Ever since he came into his life, I've seen you two grow closer and closer together through God.
I think he misspoke.
To his life. Ever since he came into his life, I've seen you.
You're not sleeping after working for like 2 hours. Are you like in your head? Motivation? Yeah. I feel like if I have like one thing on my calendar for the day, like I have to devote all my energy to that one thing. So like, you know, if it's editing, cool. But if it's like tonight I have to I'm meeting with a client that I'm filming in like 2 months for like dinner just to talk over the timeline. Her mother actually booked me, so I never even talked to them really before. So it'll be great to meet them and stuff. But it's like the fact that I'm editing right now and knowing that I have to like get ready for that. I don't know how I'm doing it.
Woman to come into his life. Ever since he came into his life, I've seen you two grow closer and closer together through God. I know you're exactly what Dustin prayed for. He said he was waiting and praying for the right woman to come into his life. I know you're exactly what Dustin prayed for. He prayed for a woman that would love him unconditionally, someone who would be by his side through thick and thin. You guys are a perfect match for each other. And prayed for. He prayed for a woman.
What is this part again? Does it all fit now?
That would love him, match for each other. When Dustin told me he met the woman he was finally going to marry, I said, finally. Brielle, you truly do bring out the best side in Dustin.
I think I could rearrange this to make it make more sense. Seasonal depression is hitting hard too. Yep, agreed. Set alarms. That's a good point. I have no windows in here, so that kind of sucks because I will completely lose track of time. So I'm constantly. I should probably set an alarm. I can work on this for another 30 to 45 minutes easily if I'm vibing with it. I think I found the music. We're putting toast in now, so like that's good. Okay, I think this goes after. This goes here. How does this sound?
Waiting and praying for the right woman to come into his life. When Dustin told me he met the woman he was finally going to marry, I said, finally. Brielle, you truly do bring out the best side in Dustin. I know you're exactly what Dustin prayed for. He prayed for a woman that would love him unconditionally, someone who would be by his side through thick and thin. You guys are a perfect match for each other.
Okay, so I'm gonna slide that over a bit. Give this line a little bit more space.
Finally. Brielle, you truly do bring out the best side in Dustin. I know you're exactly what Dustin prayed for. He prayed for a woman that would love him unconditionally, someone who would be by his side through thick and thin. You guys are a perfect match for each other.
Come get it.
And then honestly, I can probably shift this whole thing over just a bit.
Through thick and thin. You guys are a perfect match for each other.
Come get it.
Okay, sweet.
So,
And then I can shift this over.
before Dustin met Brielle, he was single for quite some time.
Okay. Happy with that. How many have you finished another edit, Mara?
Perfect match for each other.
Come get it.
Okay, I think we can get rid of this part here. Dip this. All right, what do we got?
I tell her she's the funniest person I know, besides myself, of course.
She remembers every single detail, every step, the first to say it, the first to believe. At the very beginning, you saw Brielle exactly as she was. You never tried to change her, quiet her, or shrink her. You celebrated her. You brought out the best in her. I've watched Brielle become more of herself. It's the greatest kind of love I could have hoped she'd find. And now, just like that, your names are etched together into something permanent, something that will show up on envelopes of Dustin, to a love that steadies you, a friendship that shapes you, and a laugh, and even quicker to defend the people she loves. She remembers every single detail, every little thing you said in passing. She loves big. She shows up before.
Yes, you did say you're using a punchline. Yeah, so you're working on that one? I remember that, I think, like a week ago or a little over a week ago. How's that coming along?
Brielle is radiant. She is quick to laugh.
Okay, I have to...
Brielle is radiant.
All right, and then Brielle's radiant after that, like, weird music hit. I had Cody watch the video, and it's the intro song, and he got excited because he listens to them. Oh, sweet. Which song is it?
Brielle is radiant. She is quick to laugh and even quicker to defend the people she loves. She remembers every single detail, every little thing you said in passing. She loves big. She shows up before being asked, and she'll fight for you even harder than you'd ever fight for yourself. Brielle carries the whole constellation of who we were and still somehow makes space for who we're becoming. Brielle carries the whole constellation of who we were and she remembers every single detail, every little thing you said in passing.
We can get rid of that. A little bit... I wouldn't say redundant, but can trim. Universe. Oh yeah, that song is... I think I have that favorited. Let me listen to it again. Oh, I don't have it favorited.
You are my universe. You are my
Oh, I know.
universe.
I have it saved to a project folder. Mandy and Josh, which I had finished probably 2 years ago. I didn't favorite the song though, but yeah, it definitely it almost worked for them. I just think I found something that like was a little bit easier to edit to. 9.5 minutes. That's a lot. You need a lot of B-roll for that. I just did that Indian wedding, I think was at 10 minutes. I needed a lot of footage. It was hard. Yeah, the crescendo, that would work really well.
Fight for you even harder than you'd ever fight for yourself. Brielle carries the whole constellation of who we were, and still somehow makes space for who.
I like this last line, so I'm trying to figure out how to squeeze it in. It almost fits.
Brielle is radiant. She is quick to laugh and even quicker to defend the people she loves. She remembers every single detail. She loves big, she shows up before being asked, and she'll fight for you even harder than you'd ever fight for yourself. Brielle carries every single detail, and she'll fight for you even harder.
I think I can cut this first, like she loves big. But then do I have enough?
Somehow make space for who we're becoming.
Come with it.
Top viewers, really. Let me show you how to get banned. And that's how you get banned if you're a bot.
She loves. She remembers every single detail, and she'll fight for you even harder than you'd ever fight for yourself. Brielle carries the whole constellation of who we were, and still
So I think if I put these
every
together,
single detail, and she'll fight for you even harder than you'd ever fight for yourself. Brielle carries the whole constellation of who we were,
Yes.
and still somehow
Pacing
make
wise,
space
that's
for who
fine.
we're becoming.
Come with it.
For who we're becoming.
Come with it.
okay, that is good. We have another spot here, or I can cut the song down. The song's only 2 minutes. I'm not going to cut it. That's actually not too bad. Okay, so we used She Is Represented. This is a talk about her mom. I think I want to put that in later. Some ceremony stuff. Let me think here. Their vows I want to put in the middle. There's also a first look with her brother and a prayer. And I want to get those in. Okay, maybe I do have an idea. First look with the brother over top of him talking about her. Simple. Okay, let me make some space to stack some video clips.
Better man in many ways. Being your brother has made me a better man in many ways. You were my first best friend, my biggest cheerleader. You've taught me a lot of things in life, how to love deeper, be less selfish, love your family. We can get together, we can laugh until we cry. I have the best time with my sister, and anybody that I introduced her to, I tell her she's the funniest person I know, besides myself, of course. I wrote her a letter, and in that letter, I let her know that there was nothing that she could do to make me more proud of her. She was a little sick.
Okay. I think we need to use the letter talk in here mainly, but the beginning of this. No, that's not dialogue. That is background music. This is dialogue.
Being your brother has made me a better man in many ways. You were my first best friend, my biggest cheerleader. You've taught me a lot of things in life, how to love deeper, be less selfish. You've taught me a lot of
Pulling this stuff out. Hey, Brielle. The bride has entered the Instagram stream. How are you? This is early editing, so there might be maybe a little bit of spoilers, but not too many. You can get a little snippet of the music if you'd like.
has made.
And I'm trying to incorporate everyone who spoke at your wedding, like every little toast, your vows, obviously, your first touch, with some of the prayer, like basically anything that we got audio wise, like with the microphones. I'm trying to like incorporate at least a little bit of that into your highlight video. So I'm just trying to squeeze stuff in right now and make it all fit and work. Laxic, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. You just started to edit weddings, and now I'm getting Indian weddings. It's crazy when you start. Oh yeah, the toughest part is organizing everything ahead of time, so you can find like the right moments to put together, you know. But there's, it could be very overwhelming when you have all the footage like in your project, and you're like, where do I even start? I want to stay and watch sports, but it's hard not to. I don't know. Sorry, and it's like just dangling here, Brielle. So it's like a you want to peek, but you don't. I know maybe I should not stream it, but I mainly stream because there's like a lot of video editors that like to watch and stuff, and I've been doing it for so long, so I like to like talk about things and get people thinking better ways to edit and everything. So it's kind of like a online class. If you don't like it, speak now or forever hold your peace. Yeah, Mara's saying that if you don't like the music, you could tell me now. No, I think you'll like the music. It's kind of like I think it fits like the vibe and the tone of like the voiceover stuff, like the speeches and everything. I don't necessarily pick a song just because like, oh, it's a good song and they really like that type of music. Sometimes it doesn't like work perfectly like that. It's hard to explain. Yes, Mara says I'm in my influencer era for my videography. Something like that.
Made me a better man in many ways. You've taught me a lot of things in life, how to love deeper, be less selfish, love your family.
Okay, hold on, let me switch the camera angles here. This is my assistant's camera, and then my camera was on a gimbal. That's what I want to show right now. There we go.
We can get together, we can laugh until we cry. I have the best. How to love deeper.
Okay, so the other thing is I try to cut things out of people's speeches that make them sound like professional public speakers, right? So you could do that by cutting out the ums and the uhs, and you have no idea because it's covered by other footage. You don't see all the random cuts.
Or be less selfish. Love your family.
Wait, hold on a second.
You've taught me a lot of things in life.
I like that.
How to love deeper, be less selfish, love your family.
Okay, cut there because there's a pause. And I think I want to just skip ahead to where he's talking about this letter that he wrote.
My sister and anybody that I introduced her to, I tell her she's the funniest person I know, besides myself, of course.
And Brielle, if you're watching, don't worry if it gets cut. Like, you get a separate video of like all of it, so you won't miss any of this. Lakesick asked or says, I remember when my client asked me to change the music in the highlight, and I just sat there thinking about how to explain to him in a polite way that it would be a re-edit the whole thing. Yeah, it's true. Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, a lot of times, not even sometimes, but like you cut it to go with the music as opposed to just like layering it in the background. That makes no sense. That's more of like a commercial edit, or like just background music, but you're really editing to the pacing of the song. And if you want to change a song, that does change the pacing. So
I wrote her a letter.
I mean, it depends. Like, I've definitely changed music for people if they if they just really didn't like the song. I feel bad, so I want to make people happy. But like, if they're just like, can we try a different song? I'm not sure. Like, I kind of fight back a little bit against that.
I wrote her a letter, and in that letter, I let her know that there was nothing that she could do.
Thank you for the
to make me more proud of her.
I had that last year. I just changed the music and said, whatevs. I hope you like the same edit with a different song. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough.
I wrote her a letter, and in that letter, I let her know that there was nothing that she could do to make me more proud of her.
Okay, so we will cut this chunk out here.
Fish, love your family. I wrote her a letter, and in that letter, I let her know that there was nothing that she could do to make me more proud of her. She was a little sister that...
I'm almost thinking it's a little bit too similar to the end. So let me listen to the rest of this.
And she's prepared herself for this day to meet the right man. Her entire carried herself so well, and she's prepared herself for this day to meet the right.
There's a little bit of an echo in that. I'm sure you can hear it. And let's see if Adobe can get rid of that by. It's the microphone. It's like the DJ's microphone, like echoing into the speaker. So it's baked into the audio, but if I hit reduce reverb and tweak that a little bit, we might be able to get rid of some of it.
And she's prepared herself for this day to meet.
It does remove some of it.
The right man her entire life. And she's taught me a lot about just what it means to be a woman. I've seen her go from being a little girl. I held her the first day she came home from the hospital. And now today, to be able to walk down the aisle and give her to Dustin was the biggest honor of my life.
Okay, that part's great. Let's see. Very emotional.
Held her the first day she came home from the hospital. Being a little girl, what it means to be a woman. I've seen her go from being a little girl. I held her the first day she came home from the hospital. And now today, to be able to walk down the aisle, I held her the first day she came home from the hospital. And now today, to be able to walk down the aisle and give her to Dustin was the biggest honor of my life. And this day means more to me than...
Brielle's crying over there. Uh-oh. She's crying already. I haven't even... You didn't even hear the music in the background. You don't even hear the whole pacing. This is nothing. No, yeah, your brother did a great job on his speech. Actually, everyone who spoke did a really good job. There is a lot that I'm trying to squeeze into an 8-minute highlight, which is a better problem to have than not having enough for like a compelling story. So
today, to be able to walk down the aisle and give her to Dustin was the biggest honor of my life. And this day means more to me than...
Okay, I think I'm going to end it with the biggest honor of my life. And then Let's see
And in
here.
that letter, I let her know that there was nothing that she could
I
do.
think I'm gonna cut the letter part out. You will still get the full length version of that. Don't worry. Drag this in here. Okay, let me see here. Now, how does this feel?
Love your family. I held her the first day she came home from the hospital. And now today, to be able to walk down the aisle and give her to Dustin was the biggest honor of my life.
Okay, let me think here. I do like this part. Hold on. So we have some audio from the first look with her brother here. They were talking very quietly, so it didn't pick up too much, but there's a really funny part where he goes, woo. I think I want to end with that. So let me see if I can get it to not clip. This would be, does that? Yeah, it clips a little bit, but not too bad. I'm glad he learned how to be a woman. He's learning what it means to be a woman and how being a woman is different from being a man in the society. Could you give me some advice on what to avoid when editing highlights? For example, I often find myself dragging out the beginning, sometimes even during the drone footage. It ends up feeling drawn out somehow. He's going to say, don't start with drone footage. Yes. Okay. So, okay, Brielle, see ya. Thanks for hanging out for a bit there. Enjoy. She said, I know that she's gonna sob the whole video. Yes, you will, Brielle. Yes, we should probably film you watching it and crying. That'll be great for social media for me. So I appreciate that. All right, we'll catch you soon. Sorry, there's a little bit of a delay on Instagram. Okay, so biggest tips for highlights, especially the beginning. A highlight film is generally shorter, right? So 5 to 10 minutes maybe. You have to treat it like a shorter film, right? So don't spend so much time establishing the location and I don't need to see the sun peeking through the trees and all that for the first 20 seconds. You have basically 10 seconds, if not less, probably more like 3 seconds to capture like a viewer's attention, right? And that even goes for the couple that's watching the video. They want to know who the video is about, right? No one cares about the pond at the farm that looks really pretty, but like who cares, right? Unless you're shooting and the wedding was in like Italy or like somewhere like just insanely gorgeous, then I would say do a drone shot. But honestly, your first 5 seconds show the couple immediately. Get a hero shot of like something that they're doing, like they're posed, or film a hero shot. Don't just let the photographer pose everything. You should get a couple of like those movie poster moments, right? Like you set up the shot, even if it's just a few times throughout the day. You don't have to do it 100 times, but you get your shot that you want to start the video with or end the video with or transition from one scene to the next. Get a couple of those. Show that one first. That's your hero shot. Try to bring in voiceover as soon as possible. So like with this, like this is the beginning of my highlight film for them. I start the voiceover within 10 seconds. So I don't have the hero shot in yet because I'm working on pacing the voiceover with the music right now. So I shoot with intention on my edits because I know how I'm going to edit. So I shoot with intention, right? I know what clips I need and what I don't need and how long things I need to hang out for and frame and hold shots for, right? I use a lot of clips. I cut very fast. I usually cut to the music. So that being said, listen here. So imagine hero shot, beginning of the song, maybe one other shot that looks really good, and then you dip it down.
So before Dustin met Brielle, he was singing.
Immediately start to bring in some sort of storyline or something, for the video. And I'm 11 seconds in, and he's said already like one sentence. Now, I will probably overlay B-roll of the couple or something with the wedding maybe you could do establishing shots here, but I will overlay that over him talking until the very end, because I generally don't leave people talking head up for too long, but like,
A woman that would love him unconditionally, someone
this
who would be
last
by
bit
his
here.
side through thick and thin.
And then I cut to maybe the bride and groom, like reacting to whatever he's saying.
You guys are a perfect match for each other.
Come get it.
Okay, and then that downbeat, I'll probably cut to the, we ended the downbeat, cut to something else.
Perfect match for each other.
Come get it.
Now, if that doesn't line up right because there's a delayed reaction, you can always slide the video over with the slip tool here, which is what I'm doing. I'm just sliding the footage over like 6 frames, so it looks like he's reacting.
Come get it.
Reacting a lot quicker. So there's all kinds of little tricks you can do like that. So, or sometimes like, I'll pull a reaction from something else that they're doing because maybe the bride's like eating food or something, or a salad, and you don't want to have them eating a salad, but reacting to like something emotional, right? But I'll grab another reaction shot. No one would ever tell the difference. The meaning is there. How long, Lakesick, how long are your highlight videos? Also, another tip, whatever music you're using, feel the beat and the tempo of that cheat sheet. Or it's like a cheat code. Use the pacing of the music to dictate how many cuts you should have. Even if it's like a slow build up and you're using like some violin and there's like a, every song has a tempo, right? So feel that tempo and then you can actually cut to that. It doesn't have to be on the beat, but it could be cut to the flow of the song. Use that. And if you feel like it's dragging too much, instead of doing like a whole clip for 4 beats in 1 bar, do a clip for 2 beats, half the bar, and then go to the, you know what I mean? So you can almost, it's called double time in music terminology. And if the music is too fast and you don't want your clips to be that fast, you do cut time is what it's called. And it's, you treat 2 bars as 1 essentially. Does this make sense? Sorry, I started getting into music. I'm a musician. I'm a drummer, so I can kind of pick up on the drumming stuff and the music terminology. Okay, let me go back to this. Oh, good. Okay, I'm glad. Sorry, I get a little rambly sometimes. But if it helped, I'm very happy to hear that.
Being your brother has made me a better man in many ways. You've taught me a lot of things in life. How to love deeper, be less selfish, love your family.
Okay.
I held her the first day she came home from the hospital. And now today to be able to walk down the aisle, I deeper, be less selfish, love your family. I held her
I think I can get rid of this.
And now today to be able to walk.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start from this now today, and then that'll give me some space to put the excitable moment they have after their the first look.
Love your family. And now today to be able to walk down the aisle.
And I think
To walk down the aisle and give her to Dustin was the biggest honor of my life.
okay. This is gonna work out. I just have to shift this a little bit.
Biggest honor of my life. in my life.
Do I want to have a hard cut right there? Maybe.
In my life.
Yes, I do. Okay, so just doing some quick audio mixing here.
This honor in my life.
Not that early on the crossfade there. Here we go.
The biggest honor in my life.
Okay, cool. I can actually probably, let me think here. All right, we can get rid of this part.
Being your brother has
That should start there. I'm going to back the fade from the instrumental to the vocal track. The magenta here is the vocal track. So anytime someone is speaking, I cut the singing from the song. So Music Bed has the instrumental version of a song and the non-instrumental version. If you don't have access to that, then you can get you can use like AI to remove vocals or something if you need to.
Being your brother has made me a better man in many ways. You've taught me a lot of things in life. Being your brother has made me a better man. Made me a better man in many ways. You've taught me a lot of things in life. How to love deeper, be less selfish, love your family. And now today to be able to walk down the aisle and give her to Dustin.
Do I use motion array? Yes, I do. That's where I got like all my like effects and stuff. Are you talking about their music? So Motion Array actually owns Artlist. So a lot of their music is on, it's like the same. You should probably stop paying for Artlist. Oh, yeah. Yeah, technically. No, the Motion Array music is pretty decent because it's, like I said, it's mainly Artlist music on there. And Artlist has gotten significantly better. Like it's pretty good. I've actually used numerous songs from Artlist. I try to keep the wedding stuff on Music Bed because it's like easy to keep track of like what songs I'm using and what I'm not. But every once in a while,
And give her to Dustin was the biggest honor in my life.
okay.
And give her to Dustin was the biggest honor in my life.
The Artlist stuff is actually, yeah, it's really nicely priced, to be honest. And you get sound effects with them too, which is really good. I've used the sound effects numerous times.
Biggest honor in my life.
Okay. Get rid of that mute audio.
a holy union between husband, wife. Never underestimate the power of two becoming one.
All right, we got vows from both of them. And let's see, we used her, we used him. We'll probably pull some more because I have some more spots to do toast and stuff at the end. So I think we're in good shape. Yeah, you don't need instrumental most of the time. They have some good stuff for DaVinci. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of motion array. I think it's worth it for sure. But on that note, I just noticed the time. I need to start getting ready for a in-person meeting that I have with some clients that I'm filming their wedding a couple of months from now. And we decided to get together now to talk about some details. So I'm going to go do that. I got to a decent part. I made some progress today, so we're good. I'll probably be on tomorrow. Go from there. Peace out, guys. Thanks for hanging out.